If you're kind of bored and you're looking for a movie that is the closest thing to John Wick but isn't John Wick, nobody will get out of this disappointed.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. We are here to do our movie review for the movie Nobody.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another video today. This one's going to be doing another movie review for today. We are here to do our review for the 2021 film Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk. So, this was a movie that I definitely wanted to get to for the movie weeks on this channel. This is a fantastic film. I have just recently watched it, and I definitely wanted to give my thoughts and my review for this film. Now, this movie came out a little while back, and I did watch this one a while back. However, I definitely wanted to do a review for this one because this is such a entertaining movie. This is such a entertainment film, and it obviously stars, in my opinion, one of the best actors of all time, which is Bob Odenkirk. And one of the biggest roles we know him as, I'm sure a lot of subscribers to this channel know him as, is the one and only Saul Goodman. So I had to check this movie out, and I really wanted to cover this for a review. So this is like one of the best action movies I think I've ever watched, and a lot of action movies, when I watch them, I'm very, skeptical, because I'm like, okay, like, this is an action movie, but is the story going to be crap and the action's going to be good? And I was really worried about that going into this film. And I can definitely say one thing right now. This is not just a boring action movie, but like no plot, just there for the thrills and the surprises, and like that's it. There's actually a good story told here, and there's actually a good story told for the Hutch character, who is the character that is played by Bob Odenkirk. So Hutch is a family man. He's basically, just kind of your run-of-the-mill type guy, and we follow a really interesting montage throughout the opening of this movie, where you kind of see his day-to-day. He's living a very boring life. He's a very, just simple type of dude. And one night, his house gets broken into by these guys, and he thinks, after a really ruthless fight with them, he thinks that they stole one of his daughter's, like, kitty toys or whatever, and the entire movie is based around a misunderstanding, because as you watch the movie and you see him fight these guys, you find out that they didn't steal this thing at all from his daughter at all. It was just hiding under the couch the entire time. So they kind of, throw you through a loop in this movie, but not a bad thing at all, because you then get to see during this film some amazing action sequences as he's going after these guys. And one of my favorites of this film is when he's in the bus and you've got the one girl that's there, and it's flooded with these guys that are about to attack him. And he literally says, like, he loads his gun, he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, right? So, and I love it, too, because the guys are getting ready to fight him, and he just straight up looks at them like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. So, really damn good. And unlike a lot of other films, too, like a lot of other action movies where it's just your typical, oh yeah, the lead can just fight these guys, no problem. No, you actually see in this movie, like, he is capable of taking these guys down, but he's a little rusty. He hasn't fought people for a while. So you see him fighting some of these guys, and it's like, yeah, he does get his ass handed to him a little bit. He wins, ultimately, but he does get his ass kicked there at the beginning. He kind of has to adjust, right? So definitely a very, very good thing. I think it was a very good film when it comes to action and a lot of fights back and forth, but it was realistic too. Like the fight in the bus, as badass as it was absolutely amazing when he was taking those guys out. But let's be honest here, they definitely overpowered him at the beginning, and I thought that was a really nice touch. That was really good. And there were so many amazing things in this one. Like the car chase, that was one. That was really amazing when they're kind of shooting at him and stuff like that. And they're like firing at him, but they're like pushing his car like throughout the road or whatever, and like they're literally firing at him. And there was a point in this movie where I was like, okay, how are they not getting this guy? Like, seriously, how are they not killing this guy at one moment or another? But there's a lot of great action, a lot of great stuff to it. Now, obviously, this man has a family in this movie. That's one of the things that is kind of his motivation in this one. And his family is loosely involved in this film, I would say. Like, there's one moment where the guys show up at his house, and he kind of has to, like, hide his family in the basement. And he says, like, don't call 911, that sort of thing. And he ends up, holding his own, but he ends up wrecking his house in the process. And he, yeah, it definitely has a lot of amazing fight scenes kind of throughout. And my favorite is the ending, where obviously you get the team up with him and his father, who also knows how to fight very darn well. You kind of get a battle kind of throughout, but it was really, really exciting. And I love it because they call this movie Nobody, but he is not just nobody. He's very capable, and he's very, very tactical, and it really just all comes to a head with this really elaborate plan by the end of the film, where they do overthrow everybody, they do kill everybody, and it's, one of them type of things. But the action in this movie was really good. And, I feel like Bob Odenkirk in a role like this too, going from Saul Goodman to a action film like this, I thought was an amazing, amazing idea. And I thought this movie really held its own, and I think this movie was very good overall. I think it's a very good movie. If you're looking for a very good action film, this is definitely one I would point you in the direction of. And it's a very John Wick style. As I said in the intro, it's a very John Wick style movie with some of their edits, but their edits are so amazing. Like some of the scenes where you see him, like the slow-mo, and like one catches a gun and then fires, and it's like, it's very well done. The cinematography is absolutely incredible. You would not be disappointed if you watch this movie. I can tell you right now. If you're into action, you've got it. But it also has a good story. It's got the family story. It's got a little bit of a past that they minorly go into between the wife and, Bob's character. But it was really, really good, and I think this movie is a home run for action fans, and if you're a fan of Bob Odenkirk and his acting, definitely a high recommend for me. So let me know in the comment section below. If you've seen Nobody, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you want to see more movie reviews, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos on this channel. Make sure also to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more movie reviews. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.